Welcome back to Birch's Blessed BBQ. Let's make some tender, juicy, peach jalapeno glazed pork loin. We have our pork loin. We picked this pork loin up from our local Sam's. We kept the part that has a little bit of the lean, some of the fatty with more marbling. We do not need the whole pork loin. We'll save the rest of that for another video, maybe a braided pork loin. Today's video, we're going to be doing a peach jalapeno glazed pork loin. It's going to be a simple, quick, easy cook. We're going to be using our divine bark on here to get some color. Has that extra pepper that I like. The glaze is going to come add the sweetness and the back end kick when our rub is adding the savory note there. So with that being said, there's nothing to trim. There's a little silver skin right there. We can go ahead and take that off. Just going to pop it underneath there. Zip that right off. Our pork loin is looking ready to be seasoned. So let's go ahead and make our seasoning. Black pepper, white pepper, sea salt, granulated garlic, granulated onion, smoked paprika, ground mustard, ground coriander, celery seed, thyme leaves, oregano, sumac. Give it a mix. Divine bark is ready. So let's go ahead and season up this pork. With a nice even coat. Enough to bring in that savory. Make sure we get all the sides. That pepper, the herbs, the salt, garlic and onion, oregano and thyme. Get all the sides. Pat it in there. Let's flip it over. This is going to be some tender, juicy pork. When it comes to pork, we want to make sure to get some tender, juicy pork. We want to make sure we cook it to the right temp. And that temp is going to be 145. That means we're going to take it off the smoker around 135, 140. This is looking perfectly seasoned to me. Let's go fire up the pit. We are smoking on the Traeger Timberline XL today. We have the temp set to 250. We're rolling with some maple, some hickory, and some oak. Today, the smoker's already rolling. We have some briskets. We got some pulled porks on there for catering that we're doing. And we're gonna see if there's a little space for our lunch. Then make our glaze, that peach jalapeno glaze. It sounded phenomenal. Let's go ahead and get this on the pit. Now let's make our glaze. Peaches, ground jalapeno, brown sugar, some honey, apple cider vinegar, peach preserves, Dijon mustard, smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, sea salt. Now we're gonna let this simmer until it's our desired texture. 10 minutes later, our glaze is at its desired thickness. Set it to the side and wait for that pork loin to get done. 3 hours later, we have our pork loin here. Divine bark did his job. Now let's let it rest and then slice into it. Let's slice into it. Bark is looking phenomenal. Meat is looking nice and juicy. You can see right here what I was talking about earlier, the two different muscles. Looking nice and juicy. We have our peach jalapeno glaze. Let's dip it in there. I like how it just grabbed hold. And you can see it's tender. It's wanting to break apart right here. It is time for a taste test. Before we taste it, just one more time. Divine bark. Take a look what it did to this pork loin. Yes. Looking nice and beautiful. Pork is tender, juicy, cooked to the right temp. We took it off at 140, rested it, went up to 145, let it come down so that we keep all the juices inside. That is the importance of letting it rest. And with that being said, let's take a bite. It just grabbed hold of that pork right there. Let's see. Dang, that's good. Dang, that's good. Dang. Dang, that's good. Dang, that's good. Dang. Juicy. Tender. Moist. Sweet. Little heat. You can definitely tell the jalapeno is there. And the initial touch to the tongue is sweet. Peachy. Then the jalapeno comes through in the back end. It just sets at the back of the tongue. Little heat. But it's going to have you singing. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. The vine bark on there, you can see the crust. You can see the bark developed on there. The peppery, the savoriness coming from that rub. The peachy, sweet heat. Dang, that's good. Dang, that's good. Dang, dang, that's good. Dang, that's good. Dang. You gotta make this. Pork loin. Simple, easy, cheap. 3-hour cook. It would have been longer if I had the full pork loin. Cut it down. Now you have a few meals. You can meal prep with this. Looking beautiful. Really tender. Really juicy. And it's easy to have it dry out. That's the part of the temp that we need. We need to make sure we get it off before 145 so that it can come up to temp and not go over. And we keep all the juices in here. If you see the cutting board, juices everywhere. And that is the importance of patience. Whatever you're doing, take your time. Be patient. We all want to get there. We know we don't want to wait and we just want to have it right now. A lot of us just want to have it right now. We don't want to wait. But if I learned anything from this cook alone, if I learned anything from losing weight, anything from doing social media, is that if you rush it, you ruin it. If you rush losing weight and you don't go through the process, you don't learn how to eat, you don't know how to work out, you don't know how to build a routine for yourself, and you skip over all that, jump into something and lose the weight, you gain it right back because we don't know how to handle it. If you rush your food, right, there's a time and place for it. If you rush it, you don't give it the time it needs, it could be dry. It could be undercooked. It could be overcooked. There's a lot of things that happen when you allow patience, discipline, consistency, and routine to infiltrate our lives. Because if you rush it, you ruin it. There's steps, and the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Just because it's hard doesn't mean you're not supposed to do it. When it's hard, that's the time to lean in. That's the time to be like, okay, there's some things I need to adjust. There's some things I need to look at from a different perspective. And that's what's going to get me on the other side of this. There's no need to rush. You know why? Because the thing that you want, the house you want to live in, the life you want to live, the car you want to drive, the career you want to have, when God said it, he said it was good. All right? The first day, and it was good. The second day, and it was good. It's only a matter of time before you meet up with who you really are. Because all you can be is already in you right now. The only thing that we have to do, and what I learned that I needed to do with myself, is to leave the past behind. Old habits, old thinking, old speaking, old understanding have to be left behind. So that as we continue to elevate and move forward, we're able to drop off the baggage that we don't need and to walk up the steps and meet the person that we really are meant to be. God knew we was going to be here at this middle step. But he also knows this person's here. And he also knew before you got to this middle step, this person down here was here as well. So as we continue to walk up, we're walking in different versions of ourselves. So yes, sometimes it's uncomfortable, it's uncertainty that takes over and we're trying to figure out what's going on. What's going on is that you're on the step. And that step was ordered. And since it was ordered, it had a start date. And since it has a start date, it has an end date. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. You're struggling right now. You don't know what you're going to do next. This too shall pass. You just got a job promotion. You're excited. This too shall pass. Right? This too shall pass. Don't rush through what you're in, because this too shall pass. Be present in the pain. Be present in the struggle. Be present in the joy. Be present in the... Why? Because this too shall pass. And in those moments is what we learn to drop off and leave behind, what to carry with us, what to grow and strive for. Because when I tell you, I lost 100 pounds. And for about 5 minutes, I was excited. I seen the mark I needed to hit to lose 100 pounds. I got excited. I jumped up. I ran out the house. I got in the car, started driving around. 3 minutes into driving around, I was like, what's next? We did this, what's next? And I was so focused on this one goal that I didn't have anything past it. That when I got to this point, I needed to rebuild again. I rushed through it. There's certain things I missed out on because all I was focused on was getting to that 100-pound mark. So I needed to take a step back and think through and realize that the only reason why I'm here is because all these steps below that I took, I had to learn, I had to adjust. And that's what brought me here. That's what built my character. That's what built my strength. And the only reason I got through that was because of the Lord. I didn't know exactly what I was doing. I just knew I needed to do something different. And sometimes we just need to do something different. And that takes time. And I know you don't want to hear that because there's all these fast track things going on in the world to get there faster and skip certain steps. But I'm telling you, when you're walking with the Lord, if you skip a step, He's going to send you right back down so that you can redo it and learn what you needed to learn. All right? There's purpose in the pain. And don't let that go over your head. There's purpose in the pain. And if you rush it, you ruin it. With that being said, thank you for watching this video. Pork loin, divine bark, peach jalapeno glaze. You have to try it. Tender, sweet, with a little heat, savory from the rub. It's a must try. And I want to know when you try it. I want to know what you're cooking up this weekend during the rest of the week. Tag me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube at Birch's Blessed Barbecue. I love to see what you're cooking. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, if you rush it, you ruin it. There's purpose in the pain. There's purpose in the struggle. There's purpose in the unknown. Hey, I'm out. Peace.